Okay, this will be a reverse from what you see from most people. This will be a fish boxing, a little bit sped up. I'm going to skip some of the stuff that I obviously can't film with one hand holding the camera. So what I do, I usually, if it's a trio or two pair, I use the Priority Mail smaller flat rate boxes, medium size. I normally don't write live fish on it, and I'm going to cover that up because I always think that the post office throws it around more than they have to. So what I do is I cut the half-inch styrofoam sheets into sizes that will fit the sides, bottom, top, and I let's see, I don't know what that is. I duct tape the seams, as you can see. This is official duct tape, not duct tape. And the reason for that is to try to cut down on the any air holes or places where cold air can get in. This is really important in the winter and really in the summer too. And once I've cut the styrofoam sheeting so the box will close right with the lid on it, and I've put the duct tape on the sides, I usually put well, that's proof that I'm using a 60-hour heat pack. I just put something as a base. This instance I'm using let's see, bubble wrap. And so the next thing I do is I get everything ready that I'm going to need. And this is the lid. And what I do is I duct tape the 60-hour heat pack after I make sure it's warming up. I'm careful to make the red stripe facing out, because that has to face out or it cuts off the heat pack. It's a series of air holes along that red stripe. So if you do it the other way, you're cutting off the oxygen to the heat pack and it's going to shut off. And I tape it in 3 spots, and then put a moist paper towel over it. And I use these bags, which are, I believe these are 3x18s. Can't really see them there. And I actually triple bagged the fish. So I've already done these 3. And I use another bag that's about 6x18 to put them in. And this is what it should look like. You want to flip the first bag inside the other, and a way to make that a little bit easier, since these are the same size, is with the next bag you're going to kind of extend this a little bit. Just stretch it a little bit, and then the next bag will go right over it. And I can get 4 bags into this thing. This is the male. It's a black Moscow. And so I put those 4 into here. I usually send people something extra. Either a sample of the food, a little bit of Java moss. In this case, for this guy, because he's had to wait a little bit, sending him let's see, 4 babies, about a month old. So I'm going to put them in next, and then show you what I do with wrapping everything up. All right, hold on. So I forgot to mention that with the bags, I fill 1/3 with water. I also have a separate container, usually a 5-gallon bucket. With this, I pulled out of it, of treated water that I treat with normal amount of prime. And then I just use that as extra water to the tank water in each bag. And then 2/3 of the bag is going to be just trapped air, as you can see with this. And it should look like a, for me, just a little block that is going to fit into the box perfectly. And it should, by putting the heat pack in the center, it'll distribute the heat evenly, especially when I put the top back on. So I'm going to wrap this up so it looks like something you bought from a bakery, and then I'll restart the video after that. Okay, so now what I've done, I've wrapped it into this newspaper print and put it in just a regular store bag, and probably won't be able to get too far with one hand on this. Tighten it up and flip it over, and into the box it goes. And now what I have is a totally filled box with no extra room for anything. And I put the moistened paper towel in first. And then next goes the heat pack, obviously facing down. We don't want to screw this up by messing that part up. Then the box gets sealed. And then I will tape it, obviously, and take it to the post office. So that's pretty much all there is to shipping the fish. And the other thing I would mention is I fast the fish for 2 days prior to shipping. You should at least do 1, maybe 2. Cuts down on the ammonia that would get into the bag as they're in shipment. Even if it takes like 4 or 5 days to get there, which it shouldn't, the fish should be fine, because basically they're in the dark, complete sealed bag with oxygen, water, and just completely dark. So they're basically just sound asleep. And I've had them last in transit as much as 8 days. One of the packages around Thanksgiving to Chicago got waylaid and lost for like 4 days, and then it took the guy 4 or 5 days to go pick it up because he thought they were all dead. But then when he got there, they were all alive. So he wasted 4 days and made it worse for them. But anyway, that's how I ship fish. And I try not to do unboxing videos because I don't really, there are enough people do that. I don't need to do that. But I figure this would help some people learn how to ship fish easiest way and really less stress for the fish. So the other thing I'll mention is the heat packs. Before I even start catching the fish, I open the heat pack, wait an hour to make sure it's going to be working. And you know, once everything's done, the person that gets it, this is almost an unboxing, will get a nice warm heat pack full of live shrimp. Live guppies. So anyway, that's how I do it. And I realize this wasn't the most visually exciting, but it was just for information to help people learn how to ship fish. Now, if I ship fish to IFGA shows, I don't use this box. I use a large sealed styro in a larger box, and I send them express because I want to make sure they get there when they're supposed to. And I use small jars. I don't use bags. The females, I have to use a little bit bigger jars because they're really large fish. Anyway, that's as much as I can think of. So I hope this helps you if you go to pack some fish. Alright, I will finish up the video on shipping and packing guppies. Realize it's a little boring having a video for fish with no fish in the video, so here's an update on the red blue grass metalheads that I came up with from a cross that I made, that I discussed before. I do have some that are red. This one doesn't know what he wants to be. He's got a little bit of red and blue. This one so far is blue with a little bit of yellow. You can see the metalhead is pretty evident there. I have a few longfin females and longfin males. Let's see if I can find them. That's obviously not them. And this one is one of the ones that's red. I kind of like the red a little bit better, though. I'm not sure why. Here's one of the longfin females. I guess it's technically a swallow female. And somewhere in there, the males, there's one of them. It's interesting. I really don't know what to say about it. The fins are kind of, they're not beat up or choppy, but that's how it grows, kind of similar to the female's fins. Interesting looking fish. Maybe if you were to put them in a tank with just all kinds of fish, not particularly raising guppies, they're interesting. There's another one of the females. I think I have 2 or 3 of them in this batch. So these have grown out really well. They look like they're supposed to look. So I'm going to put some of them, probably 2 trios at some point on Aquabid, most likely the end of this week, probably Friday or so. And they seem to breed true, so I'm really hoping that the next generation won't be anything completely different, because that would kind of stink if I sold them to people and they got all kinds of different stuff. But anyway, these are nice, interesting fish. I have enough to share some with some other people, so just figured I'd give you a little bit of an update, and let me know if you've lasted this long in the video, if you like the red metalheads better or the blue. I don't know. I'm kind of partial to the red, but that's because it's my favorite color. But the blues look pretty nice and seem to have a real nice shot of the metalhead part. And this one, like I said, is a little confused. He's a little red and a little blue. So anyhow, thanks for watching the video. And any questions, leave them in the comments, or feel free to email me. Thanks.